Chaidaga 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly de House Praji State daga disputed area belt upor kotha krushe. MLA Achumbemo Kikon bra DAP Ralan area de eku plantation triflui asena nai koigina sawal kurasat. Police outpost laga status bi jani bole mang krushe. Kikon bra Assam aro Nagaland Sarkar majude 1972 interim agreement sign kura yat. Tilaigina kushigi Assam Nagaland area de state para NAP outposts aro police stations sub withdraw kuri dishe holibi Assam Khan outpost committee kuran hoigina ulta bharai dishe. Sawal upor Deputy Chief Minister in charge for Home and Border Affairs Y Patenbra Janashigi 1972 agreement age state de panchta police outpost thagishi aro Assam de 13 holibi agreement aha pichite state pra sub outpost withdraw kuri dishe kintu Assam bra ekta outpost bi withdraw kura nai aro itatak Assam Sarkar pra state lokot border kura jaga de 63 permanent police outpost set up kurigina ase. Padonba kushi ki Assam Nagaland border kura jaga de atta nohile noita police outpost set up kurubole karne department ba examine kuri ase. DAP upper minister KG Kenya aro Jacob Rimomi brabi kotha kurse. IB details sai sabo.
First of all, I would like to congratulate you for having a full-fledged secretary now, and also congratulate Protono for getting that recognition. Last evening, when your staff brought the questions and questionnaires, they brought a letter of her appointment having a full-fledged secretary. You remember in 2024, we went to Mizoram to attend the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. My friend Sumbam, Deputy Speaker, Mr. Toyo, we all accompanied you. And all of them brought secretary. So, but ours is secretary in charge. So it was quite embarrassing. And from today onwards, there will be no slip of tongue from your chair also. It will be only secretary, not secretary in charge. So I would like also to congratulate you. Speaker, sir, I could see the business of today's session very less, not much, I mean. And I suppose I'm the last questioner for today. I hope you will give me sufficient time. I have lots of explanations. And I have volume of questions to the Minister in charge of Power, Forest, not only the home. So please use your discretionary power to give me more than 3 questions. As far as the answer to the question is concerned, it's a very simple question I have asked. You remember in the last 7th session also, I raised the question on this particular matter, and it was recorded in the official report proceedings. I have the copy with me. So I will not dwell into much on the plantation aspect, because I myself understand the gravity of the situation. This needs a proper understanding between the 2 states, and therefore I'll not go more into that. What I'm interested, Speaker sir, is after the 1972 interim agreement between the government of Nagaland and the government of Assam, we are such an obedient state, Mr. Speaker sir, that we have withdrawn all our outposts, NAP posts, and also the police stations in the Assam-Nagaland area, especially in the disputed area belt. But on the part of Assam, instead of reducing, probably they have increased. I wish to know from the Honorable Deputy CM in charge of Home and Border Affairs, how many police stations or outposts are still in existence towards Assam side of the disputed area belt. Speaker sir, I am the most vulnerable area on the area. My constituency covers the longest stretch of border between sharing Assam and Nagaland, having 105 kilometers. Now in this stretch, every now and then, almost every day, there is border skirmishes between the scuffles between the citizens of these 2 states, Assam and Naga. And instead of pondering on some important issues, I spend most of the time on all these tensions. Many a times, instead of putting the burden on the state government, at my level, I settle on almost on all issues. The recent incidents are there are 2, 3 incidents. I'll just refer 1, 2 to save time. One is there is a petrol pump established by our Naga entrepreneurs at Ralan, near Yampa village. It is very much a part of the Naga homeland. Even if you go through the 16 to 9 to 16 all these agreements, these are all a part of us. And within the jurisdiction of Yampa village, petrol pump was established. This so-called neutral force, because they are supposed to protect both the citizens of Assam and Naga. Neutral force are CRPF and some other central, what is called CISF. All these are being posted, planted in the border areas. Now, instead of taking a neutral stand, these people are protecting the citizens from Assam side. And if they are real our homes, I don't mind, because we have been living in good relationship since time immemorial. But these are mostly illegal immigrants. Now, in connivance with these people, they keep disturbing our people on the border, those who are living in the border side, and even stopping for the operation of the petrol pump. That is a recent incident. I have lots of videos which may not be very bright to play now, but such are the evidences I have. Now, from the government side, from the government of Nagaland, unfortunately, our forces, it is very minimum in number. The police force, the IRB force posted at the border areas. Whereas from that side, there are quite a lot, including the neutral force. So, as of today, we are not in control, they are in control. Whereas from the 1972 agreement, interim agreement, it is already crystal clear that there should be, status quo should be maintained, and respect for both the state machineries should be maintained. But such kind of everyday violation is there, which I would wish to bring to your notice, Speaker said, on this Naga stuff. What is happening in the seed farm? Seed farm, Mainabani, does not belong to the public. It belongs to the state government. Even then, when there is a small fund allocated from the department concerned to repair the quarters, small crossroads, all those are being disturbed. Speaker, sir. And as of today, our response is not as expected. I don't wish to go further than that, but not expected. So these are the grievances I have from my constituency. But that actually seed farm belongs to the government of Nagaland. It is the bounden duty of our government to ensure that the seed farm is protected. But we are not allowed, and the neutral force themselves are paying those immigrants whom we are keeping them as laborers, as tenants today, are the ones trying to usurp, take over the land. So I wish to bring to the notice of the government, through your chair, Speaker, sir, that all these are urgent issues to be attended. Least we lost our land and our property to the illegal immigrants. Now, how it is happening? Because neutral force itself is not neutral. And there are more police outposts being erected instead of withdrawing after the 72 agreement. As I said, I'm repeating at the risk of repeating that we have withdrawn. But from their side, instead of withdrawing, they have been increased again. So, how much? How many? Now, in the last assembly, I also raised about raising village guard in these border areas. Our Honorable CM was kind enough to intervene in my question. And he was explaining the difficulties because it is something to do with the Ministry of Home Affairs. I wish to repeat that again. That in his presentation, he was also saying that this is under this. This cabinet decision is under discussion to review in what manner we can address the interstate border and how to protect it. This is I've taken out from Dr. Nikir's Chief Minister's the report from the last year proceedings. Now I'm happy that he has come back to the original party where he has started his career, as he has been mentioning and telling all of us, and how it has been proven that he himself was taking interest in this border issue from the youth days. That I'll quote just 3 sentences. I remember In 1977, when UDF won and took over the government led by Mr. Bizo, I was serving as Nagaland Youth President, UDF. That time, the core party was known as UDF, United Democratic Front. Today, it is known as Naga People's Front. And the government organized all the youths from all over Nagaland and came in below Patkai College and then the youth force, since there were no machineries. Manually, he himself was engaged in manually. We dug the road from Patkai to Newland, dividing into different groups and districts, and that's how we built the road. So, from the youth days, from the beginning of his career, he was interested in the entire protecting the Naga areas. He himself was engaged in constructing the road. I guess he's fully aware of the situation, and therefore, now, this issue we need to attend very, very urgently and seriously. That is, so my question to the Honorable Home Minister is, I have another question also, but I'll come back later on. But how many police stations, how many outposts Assam have so far? Now, well standing, let me also just pass on the question. To the Honorable Minister in charge of power, last year, I was also invited by Honorable CM to be a part of the cabinet meeting when we discussed on this border issue, because there was an eviction drive in the border area. Speaker said, you are aware, it was a joint eviction by involving both the state government officials, Nagaland and Assam. And we have successfully evicted the illegal immigrants. So therefore, more action has to be follow that, including the plantation drive, which I don't want to drive today. So in that meeting, I raised the issue of extending the power line from Nagaland side to the village called Chajamban and other border areas. Because the villagers and the Ralan area Rotha there's a small pocket organizations, and the women group, they were collecting money to buy fuel for the generator, for the IRB posted at Chajamban. So I raised this issue at the cabinet meeting, and Honorable Minister in charge of power was assuring me that this will be looked into. Today I wish to know whether any action has been taken. Speaker said. Then, to the Honorable Minister in charge of forest, I have lots of questions. My question, I hope you'll give me some, you'll use a discretion to give me some more questions. To the Minister in charge of forest. Now, this, from the government of Assam, what they do is, they send the forest car with in the guise of this neutral, under the shelter and coverage of this neutral force, they send forest car in this disputed areas. Because we have already decided Assam police and Nagaland police will not indulge into fightings. So therefore, they are using the forest car to patrol and to, because all these are actually reserve forest, because all these so-called disputed area where the forest, reserve forest belongs to us. If you see from the 9-point agreement, all this belongs to us. Unfortunately, it has not been transferred legally so far. But they are using the forest guard, patrolling all this. So, from the forest minister, I also wish to know how many forest guards have been posted in these areas and whether we are sending any forest patrolling from our side. Because from the Assam side they are doing. And to the Honorable, come back to Honorable Minister, Home Minister again, that the assurance, Chajamban, as of now, I have received a representation from the public that they are requesting to the Chajamban Village Council, requesting for retaining IRB at Chajamban Village till establishment of NAB post. So far, I have been demanding that there should be a permanent post for outpost of NAB in Chajamban, and also Lumayim, Megiran River and this Lungsum. But in the reply, there was no concrete assurance. I wished if the Honorable Minister can give me an assurance. I also have a representation from the Raland area Rotaho that after the last, these are all addressed to me. So I have to point out this to the House through your chair, Speaker, sir, that they have sent me a reminder that after the last eviction drive, the land belonging to this portion of the Ralan area, the Hoho, the villagers, they had a meeting and they have decided to donate 10,000 acres of land to the government of Nagaland once it is settled. That is the assurance given to us, and it has been, they have given a reminder again. But no action has come forward so far from our side to settle the issue. So these are things which I need clarifications, and if you can permit me more time, I have something more to say. Thank you, Speaker.
State's Home Department on the Deputy CM Director. Speaker, sir, in reply to his supplementary question, for this setting up of police outposts bordering Assam and Nagaland, prior to 1972 agreement, Nagaland we had 5 police outposts, and Assam they had 13. But after the 1972 agreement, all our 5 police outposts, Nagaland police outposts was withdrawn. And from our counterpart Assam, out of 13, they did not withdraw even a single. Till date, the Assam government, Assam state, they have established, they have set up 63 permanent police outposts bordering Assam and Nagaland.
We are aware of this honorable member's area in the seat farm. But Dari, this is something which the entire population is aware. Back in 86, 86, we had a war on our neighboring state, Assam or disputed this area. So, successive governments over the years, over the decades, have been trying to establish our boundaries there. But as has been expressed, dispute is still on, and we are unable to resolve this. In this area, we are aware that our citizens are short of many basic amenities, but I'm sure the department ministers, my predecessors, have done their best to provide this power supply, and have met with many obstacles. The same goes still today. After this government was installed last year, in one of the cabinet meetings, we had focused in this area. And one of the requirements was the provision of power supply, because the locals there were suffering a lot. Ever since then, the report I have received as Minister in charge is that at least 2 attempts were made after that last year. But it so happens that the right-of-way has to cross the disputed area. And it is big. More is falling under present Assam's power. So we have met our goals and met with resistance in both the attempts, but still we are trying to find an alternate route, because we have 132 extra high voltage stations up to Census, and from Census to Rala we have 33 kV, a 32 kV line, and from then on through the 11 kV lines we are giving it to the local inhabitants around that area. But for further extension into the inhabited areas, the department is also facing difficulties. Nevertheless, we assure our brave citizens in that area that we will not turn our backs, and we will continue to explore all means. And as DO and JE of Ralan Sami's work, they are actively engaged in exploring ways and means to bring out, which, if they find a route, should not be very difficult. So I assure the honorable member, through the chair, that we will do our best to give them the power connections this year.
Promptly replied to my question, but for your information, this disputed area belt, not disturbed. That has to be put on record properly. Why I am interested on this question, because the power supply being taken from Assam, they themselves are claiming we are giving all the facilities. Even the road connectivity is bigger, sir. You see the border road, in the border villages, you will see only blacktop, and these days they are using not even blacktop, that, what is that called? Paver, not paver. Yeah, beautifully done. All these are being done, let me come back out of the way, because of our money. How? The highest revenue they get from Assam is the alcohol, sale of alcohol, ordering Naga. And all these are being invested on this road, blacktopping and with paver, all this. All these are our money, but what to do? Our people refuse to debate on this lifting of the NLDP Act 1989. What we will do? I'm not going to that further. So why I have asked the question on the power connection is, road power, they are connecting to this disputed area belt settlers, including the Naga villages, for which they are getting moral authority, or let us say, in other way around, even legal rights to claim, isn't it? Because it has to come through power you cannot generate private from your house and give it to villagers. It has to come through the government sources. So this is how they are agreeing legal rights day by day to fight against us, and for which I'm happy the Honorable Minister in charge of power has assured me. I hope it will be done at the earliest. For the Forest Minister replied, last House he has assured me that the forest recruitment, once it is done, will be mostly the strongest man amongst the recruitee will be sent to my area. But I don't know how the result went also. We don't know how it is still in a limbo. But I wish if that is taken up seriously. From the Home Minister answer, I have not got the assurance as of now. He has said police outpost at Achumbemo is under consideration with state government. I wish if more concrete answer can be given to me. And for the Liu Longchum and Longayim, he has said outpost is being examined. One is under consideration, another one is examined. Speaker said, I think the answers are very vague. I wish to get a concrete answer on this. Before he takes the question, I have a concern to share again. Yesterday, our Honorable CM was very passionately, and the members were talking to us on this census for Nagaland State, upcoming census. For people living in the border area, especially disputed area belt, when there is a geotagging, I don't know the technical term, but that is correct. Geotagging, the villages which are being recognized by the state government, by the government of Nagaland, and getting all VDB, village council, electoral roll, everything enrolled in our side. But when there is a geotagging, it used to come out Assam. So in this census operation, it is going to, indirectly affect the operation of census. I have raised this from Pandari Sub-Divisional Planning, Development Planning Board meeting. We have passed a resolution. Even if such things are there, we will claim that these are legally recognized by our government. And also I have raised this in the Oka DBDP meeting. So this is also very, very important, because these are all a part of this question related to this. Now, outside the question, outside my present question, I have another question to the Home Minister again. That day before yesterday, a few days back, we argued on this police recruitment. From the day one, Speaker sir, I was not very agreeable to this realizing 300 rupees per head, per candidate, per applicant for the constable post. If you see the statistics, I have raised this when the forest recruitment was done. Our people are very poor. Now if you collect 300 rupees, that is also a huge amount for villagers, poor people. 32,000 applicants. in this constable's 1,176 vacancies. Now 300 into, you are better in mathematics, you correct me if I go wrong in the statistic result. 300 into 32,000 is 96 lakhs or 96,000, no? It's 96 lakhs, isn't it? Now, for the stationaries, they may require examination, this, that, okay. But I don't think because that much amount is required to realize from the poor people for the conduct of the exam. Maybe we may require 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, or let us say in a very exorbitant rate, 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs. But if you see by these statistics, they have already collected 96,000. I mean 96 lakhs. Now, with this recruitment of 1,176, I have, I'm getting some information from here and there, even from the candidates themselves, that there could be another collection for the training, for the trainees, if once they are brought to the training center. Amount, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000, that I don't know. But if such collections are there again, the Home Department does not have such provision for giving passive amenities to these people who are qualified, who will be qualified to go for the training. I wish to know from the Home Minister that government does not have such money. How can we again keep imposing, or you take out money from this 96 lakhs and do it if you have some financial crunches, financial difficulties. But if you are again trying to realize money from these people, I think that will be too much. Now, while awaiting his answer, Speaker Sir, I have raised several questions on this, all these are relevant, important, because now many of our people have purchased land towards Karbi side. You are aware, Linkrijan, then lots of Naga settlers here and there. In 1972, for the information of the House, and it will be good to put this on record again, that 12 April 1972, action of Nikir Hill Nationalist Organization. I just wanted to read out a few sentences. The President Nikir Hill's Nationalist Organization, Sri Sarsing Tirang, submitted a memorandum to the Governor of Assam and Nagaland. That time was Sri P.A. Nehru, Governor, expressing their desire of the Nikir people to join Nagaland, considering as the simplest, best and final solution for the preservation and protection of their lost identity through gradual process of assimilation and assimilation. This is one representation which they have submitted to 10 governor those days. We have a lot of people, we have those who have purchased a lot of land also, and those we have lots of villages established. I think if we can also put on record this for revisiting and have a proper tie-up with our people towards that side, it will also help us. But I'm still awaiting the answer from the Home Minister. Speaker, sir. Thank you.
Speaker, sir, thank you. Our honorable member seeking for assurance for this setting up of permanent police outpost at Zampen, that it is under process, so I assure that this Zampen police permanent outpost will be set up at the earliest. For this Liu Longcham and Longayam, Speaker, sir, to set up a police outpost bordering Assam and Nagaland, it is not only in Boka district. We have 102 villages, Naga villages, bordering Assam and Nagaland. So the department is under process to examine and set up at least 8-9 police outposts bordering Assam and Nagaland. So during that time, we will examine and consider this case. I cannot assure the second one. In regard to this collection of fees, that 300 to not only police department, in all the departments recruitment, they are charging 300. Now, coming to this another collection, for basic needs. Even our other members, they were asking me whether it is true or not. The department is going to collect 2,500 rupees per candidate who have qualified and coming for training. I said, I'm not aware. If that file comes to home, to me, I will keep that file in cold storage till those trainees complete their training. I will not allow to do that. So I want to request the honorable members, not only to the questioners, please come to us, inform us. Immediately that particular officer, whether she or she, will be suspended. With this assurance, I give. Thank you.
Sir, thank you for the time. State jurisdictional boundary, state security and integrity is our government's priority. That's why I want to add. Last time also I read the address this issue because it's very important. It concerns our geographical jurisdiction, though it may be tagged as DAP. So we have many departments which are implementing flagship programs, including the both sectors, called the CRAF. So I want to request if our government can write to the appropriate authority, maybe the MHA also, the central government's program, which is the central government's agenda to fulfill the aspirations of the states, should not be hindered by the so-called forces who are at the neutral areas. That request has to be made. Secondly, all these flagship programs, especially in the border areas, we need to give real-time depiction as required by the criteria of the concerned ministries. So we found a lot of difficulties. Many departments come in the planning meeting saying that it depicted a different state. So it becomes very difficult for clarification with the ministries. So projects are implementing within the state as prepared by the department, but there in the center, the problem starts. So that's number one. I want to request through your office, if we can write to the GSI, Geological Survey of India, they have to redraw these areas for the legitimate part which stands with the state of Nagaland. They may call it the DAP area, which was filed under one civil suit by one fellow from Assam in the late 70s. It's not our terminology. For us, it's not disputed, by the way. It was termed by them in the court. Matter is subjected in the court to give the verdict. It is up to the Honorable Supreme Court. But we have occupied these places for 100 years, given permit by the respective governments since British times. 5 of us from Dimapur district who are elected members, if you go as per the data given by the GSI, we have to go to dispute to attend the assembly, not Nagaland. If Supreme Court, if that has to be a basis, they may give to the Supreme Court. So, I think this is a very important subject for a state government. This has to be corrected immediately. GSI has to be told, and they have to redo this geographical mapping of the state of Nagaland correctly. It stands at 16,584, I think. So whether these areas have been included officially has to be calculated. My area covering the western part, I have an area coverage of more than 68 kilometers covering boundary with the state of Assam. We have no issues like other neighboring areas like Wokha. But still, it's depicted elsewhere. So this is a very disturbing issue. We have to write this to the ministry, all departments, especially Grey Life, Water, Road, Medical. So this is one concern. And I think we have discussed, we have not documented with the state government of Assam, but I still remember vividly in 2016, later part of 2016, there was a meeting in Kaziranga, headed by Chief Secretary of Nagaland and elected members. We decided road and medical facilities, school education, places of religious practices should not be disturbed at all by this arrangement of 1972 or 79, which is a biased arrangement. So these are the areas we discussed verbally. It was not documented perhaps, but we see that, as honorable member was pointing out, in some areas in the forgotten sector which state government boundaries, our department wanted to open a petrol pump and CRPF did not allow. In that belt they have 9 petrol pumps in the DAB jurisdiction, whereas they want to control our decision to have a petrol pump there. So we told them, you first remove your petrol pump. DC Sharopathar, we told them, I sent the Deputy Commissioner Newland, you first remove your petrol pump, then you tell us. You first remove your 9 police outposts, you tell us to withdraw our temporary arrangement during eviction drive which we have stationed in sector A and B with us. So they kept quiet. And this is true, this is not a fabricated thing that I am sharing in the August House. So you see, this agreement has to be revisited in future for the integrity and security of our state. So this is what I wanted to share with you. Thank you.